today's topic for focus of the day is Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. We'll see why is this in news, what are the latest amendments in the act, what is CITES, what is Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, its constitutional provisions, challenges we face by it, schedules under it, and then we'll move on to our prelims question and the mains question as well. Before starting, I want you to know that our coaching Analyst IAS is launching a super fast prelims batch which will start from 15th of January 2023, and the first 50 aspirants will avail 25% discount in their fees. This batch will have regular tests and graphs so that we can monitor your progress. Moreover, there would be complete guidance and support from our side. If you are interested and serious about the preparation, you can contact at our given number, or you can come directly at our office, which is in Old Rajinder Nagar, New Delhi. So we will see why is it in news. Recently, the Rajya Sabha passed the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2022, which seeks to give effect to India's obligations under the Convention on International Trade on Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. You can remember this definition of CITES. So we will see what are the new amendments. Implement the provisions of the CITES. It provides much more power at the hands of the central government. There is increased penalty on violation of the laws. The central government can regulate or prohibit the import, trade, possession or proliferation of invasive alien species. Section 43 of the Act amended, which permitted the use of elephants for religious or any other purposes. It reduces the number of schedules from 6 to 4 now. So we will see what is CITES. So CITES was drafted as a result of resolution adopted in 1963 at a meeting of members of the International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is an international agreement to regulate worldwide commercial trade in wild animal and plant species. It also restricts trade in items made from such plants and animals such as food, clothing, medicines, etc. It is administered by United Nations Environment Program, and it is also legally binding on all the parties. So we will see what is Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. The Wildlife Protection Act provides a legal framework for the protection of various species of wild animals and plants, management of their habitats, regulation and control of trade in wild animals, plants and products made from them. The Act also lists schedules of plants and animals that are afforded various degrees of protection and monitoring by the government. What are the constitutional provisions? So, the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976, the forest protection of the wild animals and birds was transferred from state list to the concurrent list. Article 51A of the Constitution states that it shall be the fundamental duty of every citizen to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests and wildlife. Article 48A in the Directive Principles of the State Policy mandates that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. What are the challenges in the Act? The exemption given to the live elephant for commercial trade. Centers hold over vermin declaration continues, as last year the Kerala's request for declaring wild boars as vermin have been turned down repeatedly by the Environment Ministry, and many tribals have been arrested for killing wild boars as well. The bill severely curtails the ability to graze across pastoral spaces in the conservation areas, which will have impact on the tribal communities which live in the forest itself, and there are also increased arrest of people living in these protected areas. So what are the schedules? There are 4 schedules now. First, the animal species that will enjoy the highest level of protection, for example tiger. Then the animal species that will be subject to lesser degree of protection. Then there are protected plant species, and then in the 4th schedule, specimens listed in the appendices under the CITES. So we will see our prelims question for today. If a particular plant species is placed under Schedule 6 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972, then what is the implication? This question came in the year 2020. You have 4 options. A license is required to cultivate the plant. Such a plant cannot be cultivated under any of the circumstances. It is a genetically modified crop. Such a plant is invasive and harmful to the ecosystem. You can type the answer in the comment section below. There we will let you know. So now our main question, critically analyze the features of Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2022.